Good morning, everybody. My name is Shannon. This is Cosmic Goddess Healing. Welcome into my beautiful divine feminines, my divine masculines, my beautiful star seeds, my soul tribe. Welcome into anyone who feels guided to connect with my videos. I didn't post yesterday, and I kept wanting to go and post, but I wasn't feeling very inspired yesterday. And I recognize that sometimes I think as readers, we need a break too. We need to take time for contemplation, for reflection, for our own personal development. It wasn't feeling right yesterday. I didn't feel like I was supposed to be posting anything. I felt like I was supposed to just be taking the day for myself. And I did a lot of learning yesterday. It's funny, the right videos just pop up on your YouTube feed when you're ready for the information, or perhaps what I'm about to discuss is when you're vibrating at a certain frequency that you call in the right information. So the video that popped up in my feed yesterday was regarding, it was titled Vibration Paradox. And basically what it was talking about, and I took notes, so I am going to read from the book because I want to make sure that I capture all of the correct information. So basically what the vibration paradox talked about was what you resist creates you, and what you accept dissolves you. So why is manifesting not working for you? And this was a question I've been asking myself lately, like, why is my financial situation not getting better? I'm doing the healing work. I'm doing all the things I feel I'm being guided to do, yet I'm not seeing any evidence that two areas of my life, love and money, are getting better. They just keep staying the same. So this was a question I was sort of asking myself over the past week. And lo and behold, this video pops up in my feed, and I listened to it multiple times yesterday because the information just felt so true. So I ask you, why is manifesting not working for you? And if you feel the same way, please comment. Like, I love to know that I'm not alone in this. If you also feel the same, like you've been trying to manifest, like nothing is working, you're not manifesting the things that you want, maybe this information is for you. So a question that was asked in this video was, are you spending 15 to 30 minutes a day on visualization techniques? For example, trying to visualize the life that you want, the things that you want, but then the rest of the day, you kind of move through the day on autopilot, not realizing that majority of your thoughts are based around fear, anxiety, worry around the exact situation you're trying to manifest. So examples would be, things that you could potentially be resisting all day would be thoughts of lack. For me, it's lack. Or being alone, not having a partner in life, being in a job that you hate, being depressed or sad. These would be sort of the main things that most people would probably be consumed with throughout the day. Because they don't have these things, so they spend majority of their days worrying about these topics, playing out storylines of the worst case scenarios, being angry with the universe because these things aren't happening for you or for your life. So basically what the video talked about was acceptance is the key to this. So I'm just going to use my example. So my example of lack, I'm always looking at my debt. There's always these reminders, and it happened this morning. I was doing that abundance book, and I'm on statement 4 already. And I was sitting there and I was meditating, and boom, doesn't a notification pop through, an email from my bank notifying me that my balance is below 100. And that's embarrassing to say that out loud in front of the whole world, to say I'm broke, like I have less than $100 in my bank account. Like, that's totally mortifying to say that, because most people are so busy trying to present perfection to the world to make people think they have all these wonderful things, but they don't really have any of it. So I'm really trying to practice authenticity and let you see my real life. And my real life right now is that I have less than $100 in my bank account. And why I'm laughing and happy about that, I don't freaking know. But obviously my mindsets are changing, and I'm not believing I'm not believing that false evidence, the illusion. Sorry, it's not false evidence. It's there, but it's an illusion, and it's almost like this lower vibrational energy was trying to suck me back in this morning to look at the evidence saying you have less than $100 in your bank account, as I was friggin' doing the fourth statement of the abundance book. It was like something was trying to take me out of thinking that, my God self within is my true source. That's where my abundance comes from, not my job, not money, not the lottery, not all these outside things that I think I'm supposed to work hard to get money from. That's not true, and that's what this book talks about. So anyways, so again, back to my example, if lack is my issue and all day I'm like, how am I going to get out of this debt? Why am I in all of this debt again? Why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I bring in enough money to survive and have any extra? All these questions would swirl around my head majority of the day. And what this video talked about is that's me resisting. Every time I'm like, why is this happening? Why can't it be better? Why don't I have more? That's me resisting. I'm resisting the fact that I am in lack right now, that I am in debt right now. And the more I resist this, the more I actually create more of that in my reality. And I know that sounds like, how is that possible? But that is the law. Those are the laws of the universe. And it's true. I believe it. I see it in my life, and it's freaking frustrating. And this person also said it's really hard for people to admit that, because admitting that means you're in control of your circumstances and your circumstances are kind of your fault. And that's a really hard realization to come to. We don't want to believe that it's our fault. Of course, I'm going to hear people say, well, I don't want this. I know that. I don't want this either. I don't want my debt. I don't want, the not enough feeling all the time. But that's the circumstance I have because I'm constantly worrying about it. I am in constant resistance mode against what I don't want. So acceptance is the key to this. So if I say, you know what, I accept that I have this debt. I don't like it, but I'm going to just accept that this is how it is right now. It doesn't mean it's going to be this way forever. Just right now, this is how it's going to be. So I am going to accept the lack, accept that this is how things are in my life right now. And then I'm going to think to myself, what is the state of being that the person that has what I want, how would they vibrate? How would they feel? How would they think? So the woman, because I know this is going to get confusing, but in like quantum realities, we are, oh my God, this is so hard to explain. Basically, everything we want exists on a timeline. It exists somewhere on a timeline. There are many different versions of ourselves existing on various timelines. And somewhere out there, there is a version of me that is completely abundant and living the abundant life that I really, truly seek. And I need to understand how that version of me thinks, how she feels. Does she worry? I doubt it. She's got abundance, so there would be no need for her to worry. So how does she go about her day? How does she exist? And if I can start replacing these thoughts of worry with, I accept, okay, this has come up again. Okay, I got that email this morning saying my bank account is below 100. I can freak out about it. I can let myself spiral down the worry and fear rabbit hole. Or I can say, you know what? Okay, I accept it. I'm getting paid in a couple of days. Like, I'm just going to accept that this is where I'm at. I have everything I need right now. I don't need any money for anything. I've got food in the fridge. There's gas in my car. So I'm going to accept that this is the way it is right now. I'm not going to fight against it. I'm not going to resist it. It just is what it is right now. And then I'm going to think about what the version of myself with the abundance would feel like. What would she do? And she would feel confident. She would feel safe. She would feel secure. She would feel creative. She would feel excited because the sky would be the limit for her. There would be nothing holding her back from experiencing the things she wants. So I'm going to focus on vibrating at that frequency, being that version as much as I can in a day. And trust me, I know it's not going to be perfect. And this is going to take time and effort for me too. But I'm willing to try this. I am willing to give this a try and see if this can shift things for me. So I'm going to read what I wrote. Acceptance, then changing vibrations is the key to overcome. What I mean is, say lack is the problem or thing I resist. When thoughts come up, I dissolve the energy simply by accepting my lack or debt without judgment of it as good or bad. I just observe it and say, debt, lack, I accept that this is how things are just now. I accept that this is how things are right now. And then start acting like the person who has the abundance and savings. Put your focus on how he or she would feel. Maybe safe, secure, confident, creative, excited. Start embodying the frequency, energy of this version of yourself. This will take work and constant awareness of your daily thoughts. Repetition will be key to succeeding. Every time you feel yourself being pulled back into spinning out about your finances, love, career, etc., whatever it is for you, stop allowing emotions and stories to play out in your mind. Just accept the thought, fear for showing itself, no judgment, and start focusing on the frequency of what you do want. So I'm going to listen to this video over and over because if I learned anything from Bob Proctor, it's that repetition and studying material, putting it into your subconscious over and over and over again until your brain gets it, is key. So I really wanted to share that with you guys today because I feel like there's so many of us out there that feel like we're failing. We feel like we're trying to do this law of attraction stuff. It's not working. We feel like we're failing at it. It makes us want to give up. It makes us hopeless. And so if you're out there and you're also struggling with law of attraction, wondering why it's not working, I feel like there's more layers to it that we need to understand. And I have heard that the key to law of attraction is about frequency. And, you know, the last Bob Proctor course that I took talked about the layers of frequency and elevating your frequency to get to the thing that you desire, but you have to embody that frequency. Visualization isn't enough because the truth is you might visualize for, again, 15, 20, 30 minutes per day, but then the rest of your day, you're going on and you're thinking negative thoughts. You're thinking of the thing you don't want and you're feeling those emotions and you're playing out stories that create more emotions and they just keep creating more of the situation that you don't want. So I'm really going to focus on one area. I think that's key too. Don't try to do this in all areas of your life right now. Pick one. Let's try this together. Let's pick one area of your life. For me, it's around abundance. It's this thing that I keep coming back to. This has been the most challenging lesson that I keep having to come back to and learn where true abundance lies. And I keep relying on things outside of myself to give me that abundance. I keep forgetting that the abundance comes from the source energy within me, which is universe, God, whoever you choose to call it. And I keep forgetting that me worrying about all these things all day long isn't helping me. It's not. It's actually making things worse. And that was hard to realize over the past few days. Like having to take responsibility for this was not easy. It was really challenging to like be honest with myself and say, I created this. My worry, my constant fear of not having enough is creating this. It's creating more and more lack in my life. And I'm doing all the right things, yet lack is still such an apparent thing in my life. And I can turn it off for a little bit, but then there's always these reminders that come back because my evidence is always telling me there isn't enough. but it's time to stop focusing on the evidence and start focusing on the vibration of the woman and the timeline that I want to exist on. And I do believe in that, and I do believe that that's possible. So let's see, do I want to throw in a reading with this right now? You know what? I think I keep feeling called to do the inner child deck. I don't know if this is going to coincide with this reading, but I'm feeling like inner child and healing spirits is who wants to speak this morning. So, Spirit, can you show me through the inner child oracle deck, what messages do you have for my collective? That's way too many. What information and messages do you have for my collective? What is their inner child trying to say to them? Wow, one of those cards just came out again. So clearly it was meant to be on the table. Okay, 3 is what I hoped for. Okay, so inner child is trying to say, become aware, listen to the wisdom of the body. That's a really beautiful card. You can do hard things. It is not as impossible as it may feel. Wow. Yeah, you know, I feel like there's an element of magic to this, what I've just talked about, what I'm trying to teach. And it's not my information. This was information I picked up from another channel. This is not my original information, but I do feel it was important information, as did my spiritual team, that I reshare this information, because some of you may not watch that channel, or that channel may not pop up in your feed, but at my channel you do watch. So Spirit said it's okay that you sort of reiterate information taken from another place, because it's important that we get this message out to people. And if the point of my channel is I want to empower people, I want to give people the tools to stand in their own power, to empower themselves, then this is good information to pass along. So the last card is, it is time to celebrate. Cultivate an air of celebration today. Yeah. So I feel with these cards is becoming aware. Your inner child is saying, become aware of those thoughts you're thinking throughout the day. Become aware. Most of us are not aware. We're walking through the day on autopilot. We're not thinking about, well, we're thinking about lots of things, but not good things. It's fear, it's not enough, it's doubt, it's scarcity. This is the collective consciousness that we're trying to heal right now. And you can do hard things. Like, this is going to take work. This is not going to be an easy thing. This is not just going to be, you're going to do this once and boom, you're going to attract everything you want. It doesn't work that way. It's going to take time, because you've been doing this for a really long time. You've been going through life in a state of fear and worry for a long time. So it's going to take time, but it's time to celebrate tells me that there is hope, there is light at the end of this tunnel. If we stick with this, stay aware of the thoughts that you have throughout the day, and start noticing, how often are you in fear and doubt around the thing that you don't want? If it's love or loneliness, like how often in a day are you thinking, well, why does that person get to have love and I'm never going to find it and I'm going to be alone forever? Look at the thoughts you're saying to yourself throughout a day about that thing, about the one thing that you're feeling, you know, you want to change, but there's no movement, there's nothing happening. It is going to be a challenging thing. It takes time and effort to reprogram ourselves, but there's celebration at the end. I mean, this card is telling me that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that if we stick with this, that change is coming, that we will be able to overcome this, and we will be able to create the thing that we desire the most in our lives. Okay, so I'm gonna take some cards from the Healing Spirit to close this message out, because I really don't want it to be too long today. Healing Spirits, why did you guide me to this deck? What messages do you have for my collective? Oh, okay, well, there is 3 cards there. I didn't even notice that. All right. So So the first card out is life lessons again. Yeah, to me, this card feels like, oh, I keep coming back to the same lesson. And maybe you're feeling the same way, like this, it feels like this never ending friggin' loop. Like maybe again for you, it's love and not having it. And you feel like this, you can't connect with anybody. Nothing ever plays out, the way you want. The gentleman who talked about this video used love as his example, that he kept trying to manifest a positive, healthy, romantic partner in his life. And every time he'd meet somebody, it would fizzle out the same way. It would never progress. And he would be left feeling alone and abandoned and not good enough. And I can relate to that too. And he said that he finally realized that he was in this never-ending loop because all day his thoughts were basically saying, he's not good enough, he's never gonna find love. Like, they were not positive thoughts. He was not embodying the frequency and emotions of the person that has the love that he desired. And then he said once he started working on this technique, within a few months, he manifested like his dream partner. Share the gift is the next card out. And to overcome, you first have to climb. Wow, yeah. So, I mean, for me, the share the gift card is share this information. Like, share this information with as many people as you can. I think this is really important information to get out there. And if people can start empowering themselves and they can start realizing that they are in control of their existence, they are in control of their surroundings, and we can share this gift with other people, I believe more and more people are going to start waking up and empowering themselves. And yeah, to overcome, you first have to climb. What I talked about is this is not going to be an easy journey. This is going to take work and daily practice. But like, how bad do you want this? How sick and tired are you of living in the same circumstances and getting the same results? If you're tired of it like me and you're ready for change, then let's do this. Let's do this hard thing together. Let's climb. Let's climb, because the light at the top is celebration. That's what's waiting for us up at the top. See that sun there, and there's the sun here? That's what's waiting for us, that beautiful sun at the end of the tunnel there. But we need to climb first. We need to overcome. And this is a beautiful technique to do that. So I hope this helps somebody out there. If, again, please share this video, like this video. I would love for this information to get out there to others. I think that it's really powerful information, and it's going to change the way people go through their day. So share this with somebody. Comment if you want to follow along and do this with me. I'm going to start doing this. I started doing this yesterday. I'm doing it again today. I'm not letting my evidence dictate my thoughts and my emotions. I'm going to accept things the way they are. Just to recap, it's about accepting the things as they are, even if you don't like them, but you're not judging them. You're just observing, you're accepting, and then you're embodying the frequency and the feelings and the emotions of the person that has the thing that you want, or the version of yourself that has the thing that you want. I love you guys. I hope you have a very beautiful day. Mwah.